Oh, hello. Maximum Overdrive.
So you are now reacting to the Chinese subunit of the boy group NCT, WayV, and their 2020 release Turn Back Time. Turn Back Time's concept continues the space and time travel themes that were set up in their past title tracks. The lyrics of the song talk about wanting to fly high and overcome challenges, but in order to do so and to become truly limitless, they need to stop, rewind, turn back time, and make things right. The song is composed by Moonshine, Yu Youngjin, Adrian McKinnon, and Tay Jasper.
Welcome to Kevin's Chinese Corner.
What you know about rolling down in the deep?
Okay, so the last time we reacted to a song called Kickoff.
Kick back!
Kick back.
But it's gonna be released the other way around. This is gonna be released
okay.
first
In the
and then-
future, before we turn back time.
Hey, in the future.
All right, let's have a look.
Lantry Bridge Monitor engaging.
Okay. We will react to a song called Kickback, and that song has the Chinese name Secret Realm. This song is a little closer, but I figure that everyone should know. Turn Back Time is the English name. The Chinese name is Beyond Space Time Return. And no, that does not even make sense in Chinese grammar. So they deliberately mixed up.
Bizarre.
Yeah, the stuff. 5, 4, 3, 2, hit. Yes. Oh, felt so good.
V. Is it Da? What is this supposed to be? 来，开始，加油。V. Yeah, it sounds like a clock, like rewinding time. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of change.
Yeah, and so they're panning it. Really nice, going back and forth, left and right. Oh, whoa.
That bass be moving, be gliding.
There's so many patterns on their clothes.
That bass line,
Yeah.
like, you could drop it like it's hot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. E flat.
Okay.
Descending.
Oh. Major chorus.
Those harmonies are tight.
They are.
I like that use of vocal fry. That time. Rewind.
I feel like there's a lot of really interesting sounds that are like buried underneath each layer.
And Chinese rapping sounds so cool, and maybe it's because I don't know, it's nice.
Oh, you hear those harmonies, those low ones?
He also has like the most lifted tone so far.
Yeah.
It's been a very kind of,
Yeah, everything has been, the tone has been very brash, which fits the atmosphere, you know?
Wah, wah, wah. That didn't happen the first time. It's like the foreshadowing of the next section. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, hello. Maximum Overdrive.
It's very wavy.
Yeah, this is making me a little dizzy.
Very wavy. Wow. They're really
the
hitting
bass
it.
on that scale degree was crazy. Maybe it was 6. There's some strings now. Oh! Yeah! That was satisfying.
He said, belt.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love that look. That was sexy.
I don't know why, but the way he's moving his neck matches the music to me. I love that the first thing that you said while listening to the song was, "Where are his shoes?"
Where are they?
The affect of the song there was much more attack on all of the instruments and in the way that they were speaking and singing. You could hear in their voice that even their consonants were so, I don't want to say brash or forceful, but it was mirroring sort of the intensity of the instrumentals. So it made for a very high octane song. And it allowed for when it went to the bridge that Rafi and I really enjoyed. It just allowed for those like beautiful moments to really be the spotlight and shine. I thought that was really cool.
I think time is like a very stressful concept. And so like the word that actually comes to mind is intensity. And I think the distortion played a lot into that. Like it was hard for me to perceive some of the progressions, I think, because it was so loud, but that's the feeling of the piece. It's a good thing.
Yeah, did you want to talk more about the differences in timbre and tone? You talked about lifted, you talked about brash.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things I loved about it, actually, because when you have an all guys group, that's all going to sit lower and register, and so you have to explore ways to, I mean, some guys have naturally higher voices, it doesn't matter, but you have to figure out a way to bring some new extreme, I guess, in terms of the voice, and so there was a lot of use of falsetto, and then a lot of use of belting, and I think that kept us captivated as listeners with the voice. And then some stuff was way more shouted, like harsh, and other things were really soft. It was a good combination.
For those brash moments, it's super easy to have an unhealthy way of doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where your intensity from your sound originates from the tension that you hold in your larynx. And that sort of creates like this like an artificially lower sound that also just sounds so clenched and so just restricted. I didn't hear any of that. That's just something else I wanted to note because vocal health is important.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I mean, the whole thing did feel sung to me.
Yeah.
Which I think there's a difference of singing through that timbre or just shouting.
It was loud.
Kind of reminded me of The Matrix a little. The color scheme kind of reminded me of The Matrix. It was like
And then they
green.
had the pills too.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was very
Oh yeah, the pills in the
Matrix-like.
water. Miltrix.
Yeah, more dystopian, and even just like the entire color scheme and grading and the filming, just like everything about it, and the atmosphere, the outward atmosphere, and even the ending too, just like very dystopian styled, just like different world that's got lots of social problems.
I feel like all the SM groups that we listened to so far, like the boy groups, the beginning's always unstable, and then they hit like some type of tonic.
This musical part was really good. Sorry.
Jason, let her talk.
I think it was good that they didn't establish like a tonic at first, because like it wasn't annoying. It's just I was like really thrown off.
I think they were supposed to do that. That was like what the beginning, like it wasn't even music in the beginning. It was just like sirens.
Yeah.
And then you do get a tonic when like the beat comes in with like the ticking backwards. But the beginning was just like ambient, sketchy sounds. The bass was so floppy.
Floppy?
That's the only way I could explain it. It was like,
Well, floppy in my mind is like.
no, floppy.
It's wavy.
That's not floppy. Floppy's like, that's floppy. Woo! Right?
Well, no, in my floppy is like that's bendy. That's
Really?
bendy. Yeah, floppy is like. Because floppy is like quick motion.
I didn't.
This one was like.
I thought floppy was like to me floppy's like woo.
In the comments, does this bass make you picture floppy?
It was cool in the sense of thinking about like rewinding time. Concept of turning back time is kind of a unhealthy concept. You can think about it and like fantasize about it, but you have to recognize your present moment.
Well, I mean, I think this is just supposed
It's
to
nice
be
though.
a
No, it's like the
magical-
concept of it is really good, yeah. Because everybody wishes they could turn back time. To the good old days.
Oh my god.
哎，不错，真不错。
What did you just say in Chinese though?
Sound good.
Oh, yay!
好听。
Yay. Why sound good?
Because it sounds good.
Because why does it sound good?
Because their singing is bomb AF. And then I'm a sucker for that bass that they keep using through the whole thing. I love low bass.
Yeah, the electric guitar threw me.
I didn't. The electric guitar
That's
was
what threw me.
unique.
I
yeah.
thought we
know
were
the bridge is
ending. I
coming.
thought we were gonna have a regular chorus at the end, and then it was like.
It didn't feel outside of their style. It felt like it fit pretty well.
Also, just like the play of feel with regular time versus halftime was
I
nice
didn't
too.
pick up on that. That's good.
And I also like that the pre-chorus is more lyrical. It allows you to really feel the full impact of the chorus. I feel like if you didn't have that as like so more mellowed out, then you wouldn't have the same effect of the chorus. But yeah, they definitely feel more of a heavier halftime feel when they get there.
I liked a lot of the rhythmic variety in their verses. That turn back time part is really fun with the 16th notes. Stop, rewind, turn back time. It's really catchy. And their verses, they actually have some really nice complicated flows. I don't listen to a whole lot of Chinese songs, so this is really cool to hear them weave in together English words and Chinese words. I know Korean artists do that too, but I don't pick up on them as easily. But like one part he says like I say no. He said 我说 no. Like I don't know. I really like that interlacing of culture. They've really taken a lot of great like hip hop idioms and devices and made it their own.
You looked like you were really concentrating on the different layers.
Dude, I was trying so hard. I feel like at the end, the last chorus, when they were back in that like major area, it felt like some of the higher timbres, like they had like this xylophone kind of chimey sound that sounded like it was still doing the drone well, it's not a drone, but the loop that it had been doing before that was kind of in minor. Like it felt like that was there, but it was kind of hard to pick out. And I don't know if it's that my ears are broken or these headphones or my computer or whatever, but like it was kind of hard to pick out. And I was like, I feel like it's there and I feel like I can hear it. And like the last chorus is just so full of things and you're like trying to move things. So you're like, hello, what is that? And the bass is going, row, row. I'm like, can you just, I'm trying to find out what else is here. So it would definitely take me a few listens to like pick apart each different like sound and timbre and everything. They did have some timbre changes that I picked up on, like the bass. It starts very like zippery in the beginning, and then there was one moment where it's a bit more rounded of a sound, and then went back to like the zippery. This also just went so much harder than I was expecting it to. I feel like this song could easily give me a headache if I came into it for the wrong. I know that sounds offensive. It's just like
It's
to
a
the point of
lot.
overwhelming when you're just like your eyes are just kind of going everywhere and you're like, oh, I can't focus on all of this and now my brain just hurts.
I liked the transitions, how they felt really clear and delineated. There are two ways to go about a transition. One is to really make it clean and sort of go from A to A.5 to A3/4 to B. And then the other one is to have very nice creases and to go from one side to the other and have it really be nice. And I feel like they kind of did both in that the transitions felt nice in the very small segment of actual transitioning, but the two segments felt so unique and like they understood themselves in terms of their character so well, especially in relation to each other, that the crease also felt there. And I thought that was really well done.
So basically, there's one chord progression early on where they do a 1. So the song is in minor. So it's 1, and the bass moves to major 6 and then minor 6, right? So, and that initially sounds cool already, but then later they do it sort of the other way. The chords are a little different, but it's 1, the minor 6 first, and then up to the major 6. But the chord that involves the minor 6 is the relative major, so it'd be the 6th chord, because in a minor mode, the 6th chord is a major chord. While in the pre-chorus, the way they used the minor 6 was
But it's
the
not the
minor
relative
4.
major.
So, the
It's
relative
not-
minor, relative minor, relative major shenanigans.
No, it's not, because 6 of minor isn't the relative major. 3 of minor would be.
Right, but I'm saying that the use of minor 6 in the two different sections are relative major minor of each other.
Sure.
What?
So it's major 6 and minor 4 are the two chords that are used. And they always go up to a major 4, which uses the major 6 scale degree. Gibberish. Let's do piano. You know what? So like you got like, and then, oh, I'm brain fart. And then, right? That sounds pretty cool. But except that the bass, right, the bass is the one that moves. So it's and then, which enhances the quality of these two chords. Like there's a pull to it. And then in the chorus, and then, which sounds super cinematic. So they're all major. Actually, no, because it doesn't sound that way, because the second chord really still, it feels like it is a variation of the minor chord, even though it is a major chord. Whoa! Can you tell which cup has the ball inside? I feel like that's what I'm doing. But it is a really nice harmonic development from it turns into, and that keeps it interesting. I think it does, even if you don't hear the difference in the chords, like the theory of it, I think it does succeed in keeping our ears interested.
I think I'm in a different section.
Because
I got something that was like 1, 3, 4, or 6, 5. That would be a different section. That's the chorus.
Okay. Yeah, minute by minute, boom. And then it's that beat after minute by minute where it lifts up to the major 4. So what happens in the chorus is I'm gonna go to major, first of all, very surprising. Oh, I already forgot. Oh, and then the minor turns into 3, which is really cool. Or the 3 turns into minor. Oh, it doesn't sound right on the piano, but it is. Da 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 da. Da da da. Da 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 da. So minute by minute. There's the interplay. So not only is there a minor 6, major 6 interplay, there's also a major 3, minor 3 interplay. So if we extract all the minor major, it sounds like, I don't know why this is interesting to me, but.
Oh no!
Yeah, right?
Play the root of 1, then just minor 3, then 6, and.
Oh, the root?
Yeah.
Because the minor 3 has
the
a
minor
3
3
on the root.
is
yeah.
Is the G major, right?
Oh, you're right. It does have this. So the bass itself sounds pretty generic, but when added with the harmonies on top, there's so much interplay. And then.
What we discovered is that the pre-chorus is 1 major 4, minor 4.
Yes.
Okay, and then the chorus is
major 1, minor 1, but with a 3 bass.
Okay, inversion?
Yes, first inversion. And then major 6.
Majors. On a minor root.
Yeah, major 6 of the minor mode.
Yeah.
And then major 4 of either mode.
Woo!
So everything's modal mixture, but everything's also not.
I think everything is.
Yeah, across space-time. Return.
It's really heavy. You know, it's really light. Ooh.